George M. Miamis is the president. Premises at 1201 Bridge Street. And there being two unnumbered doors, and the first floor is one room and two rooms for storage. The Liquor Shop Inc. is changing its stockholders and has also asked for a change of manager. Aaron Joseph Garvey is proposed as a new manager for the Liquor Shop Inc. Publication of legal notice was September 10th in the Lowell Sun newspaper.
Introduce yourself for the record.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Gregory Curtis, attorney representing the Liquor Shop, Inc.
George Miamis.
Aaron Garvey.
Okay. Why don't we, have we done a query on these individuals? We have. They passed? Oh, surprising. Okay, we'll get the public hearing out of the way. Anybody that wants to speak in opposition, that portion of the hearing is closed. Anybody who wants to speak in favor, somebody can get up and say something nice about them. In favor? No, nobody wants to talk nice about you either. Okay, that portion of the hearing is closed. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this is the Liquor Shop, Inc. at 1201 Bridge Street. Mr. Miamis has been the owner of the liquor shop since 1991 when he opened that store, along with his wife at the time, was also a stockholder. In the recent last 6 months, we've decided now we're looking at another store over in Tingsboro, and Mr. Miamis has had Mr. Garvey as a manager there, handling buying and doing certain things during the day for the last 4 or 5 years. We'd like to make Aaron Garvey now the manager of record on the license because Mr. Miamis is going to be spending more time with his new establishment up in Tingsboro. At the time, Mrs. Miamis, as part of a divorce settlement back a few years back, transferred all her interest in the Liquor Shop, Inc. to George Miamis, so she has no longer an interest in that. We wanted to make that change too with the city and also with the state.
Okay. Mr. Garvey, how long have you worked at the shop, at the liquor shop?
5 years.
How many times have you gotten bagged?
Personally?
Excuse me?
Personally? Or in general? Once.
How many, for selling to a minor?
Yes, sir.
Once. What happened?
The police conducted a sting operation, and we, one of our employees sold to a minor.
Okay. How long ago?
Within the past 8 months, probably.
Within the past 8 months.
January.
What did we do to you?
You gave us a suspended sentence.
For how long?
I believe it was 6 months.
Okay. You realize what now you're going to become the manager of record. It falls on you 24/7.
Yes, sir.
24/7. Well, you were down in Florida on your second honeymoon, or 24/7, you're responsible for that store.
I understand.
Okay?
I don't
Ray?
have any questions now.
No?
Good. With that, I'll make the motion to go ahead and grant it. I'm sure you understand. You know, you're the guy in charge now, so that means if there's another sting, you're the guy who's responsible if your employees sell to underage. All right?
Motion made and seconded. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay? Good luck with the new store. Good luck with the new venture. Let's
Thank you.
hope we don't see you again.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take up the Connecticut Gala Club. Then we have,
Now let's get Brady out of here.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay?
Commission will now open a matter to do with the manager of record of the Gaelic American Club, John Brady, the all-alcoholic beverage pack club licensee, 255-265 Chelmsford Street. This is in regards to a communication from Chris Moran, who is the Tobacco Control Director of the City of Lowell, and it's dated August 17, 2007.
Is Chris Moore in here?
Yeah, is Chris here? Hi, Chris, okay. Introduce yourself for the record, please.
John Brady.
Okay?
Attorney Mary Connell on behalf of the Gaelic Club.
Okay, and
Chris Moore and Lowell Tobacco Control.
Okay. Have you read the complaint?
We have.
You have. You want it read into the record?
I don't need it read into the
Okay.
record, no.
Okay.
Kristen, if you'd come up to let Chris come up to the mic, please, and just give us a brief overview, because the folks on television don't have access to the complaint, so they need to know,
Yep, no
why
problem.
he's here.
On 8/2/2007, a complaint was filed with the Mass Department of Public Health against the Gaylord Club and their practice of opening to the public on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I received this by fax on 8/7/2007, and on 8/9/2007, Thursday night, I went into the Gaylord Club, was served without asked for ID or anything like that. I walked right in the door wasn't locked. I also did this on 8/16/2007. I also found on lowellrocks.com, which is about bars and restaurants and clubs, things like that, something that said, the Gaylord Club has been a part of the Lowell scene for over 20 years. It is an Irish-American club that has opened its doors to all. That has since been changed to say the Gaylord Club is a private members, that's all it says, the Gaylord Club is a private members that has been part of the Lowell scene for over 20 years, and it goes on from there. So that part has been changed. But the reason why I went there is because of the complaint I got from the Mass Department of Public Health.
Okay.
Okay.
And just, just to further tell us what was the smoking complaint?
The smoking complaint was, it says right here, comments about the location of incident. This is a private club that is open to the public on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay,
So that's why I picked a Thursday to go there.
all right.
Okay?
Now, just to rectify it for everybody listening, is a private club allowed, are members of a private club allowed to smoke in the club?
Yes,
They are?
yes,
Okay, so if he had the door closed and he had made sure that you were a member and you went in, he would have been okay?
yes.
Okay,
All right, and for the record, bars that are public venues are not allowed, or restaurants that are
They are
public
not
venues,
allowed.
Not allowed.
right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, why don't you come up and tell us your story?
The explanation, Mr. Bayless,
Yes.
is that the building was sold I believe it was the end of May of this year, and the new owners are doing huge renovations inside the building. They've spent, I think at this point, in excess of $150,000 doing renovations in conjunction with the club, the full-screen TVs, new seats, because the club has been in existence for about 20 years. It was 1988, and they've been at this location for another 10, so things are getting worn down. During all of this renovation, the doors are open because there's wood going back and forth, there's carpenters, there's workmen, craftsmen going in and out. That door, I believe, the door you went in was the middle door? Yeah. The two middle doors, which is generally locked unless there's some sort of function or activity upstairs. On a day-to-day basis, the door that the members access is to the left of the building, and it's locked at all times. You either have to have the code or be buzzed in. But with all this renovation and people coming and going, doing all this work, those doors were left unlocked, and they didn't realize that until the workmen was supposed to have it locked when they finished the work at the end of the day, and they weren't. And so, unfortunately, this was obviously a case of that someone did walk through the doors and wasn't checked. But that's not the practical matter. We've spoken, Mr. Brady has spoken to the new owners and explained to them the importance of making sure that this building is locked at all, not at all times, obviously, but that it's not open to the public. And they've been made aware of that. There was also a problem with that door that they claimed that they thought it was locked and it wasn't, and that door, the two middle doors where the gentleman came in, has been repaired.
Okay. How long's the renovations been going on?
How long has it been going on?
Yeah.
Well, I think they started right after they bought it, and as I said, I believe the closing was the end of May, so it's been probably June or July they started.
Okay, are they all done now?
No, I don't believe so.
One more week, sir.
Got another week?
I believe so, yes. Just
Okay.
try to wrap it up, sir.
Okay. You've been here before for the idea of people walking in,
Yes.
okay? and I'm going to admit this is a good story. I mean, I don't know if this is a Wallapalooza or, you know, I don't mean to make light of it, but this is a good one. And I have to say that it makes sense if that's what's happened. The thing that bothers me is that you've been here before for people walking in and out of the club, the book not being there, you know, members, people coming in that are non-members, especially the smoking part. The smoking part bothers me for a number of reasons because, unfortunately, and I don't mean to, I'm a former smoker, so I don't want to, you know, cast aspersions on anyone, and I'm not going to throw the first stone. But there are many bar rooms and places in the city of Lowell that have appeared before us to put on outdoor patios, to renovate their buildings, add porches and whatnot, so they could have an area to allow people to smoke, okay? This has caused a lot of the bar rooms and places like that considerable financial commitment to cigarettes, okay? But a lot of them feel they have to do it. You, sir, have a special license that says you're above and beyond all this. You don't have to do these things. You have the opportunity of allowing your patrons to come in and light up a cigarette or a cigar, whatever they want, and smoke. And I think that you have to take that into consideration, that it's important that you make sure you understand. You know, I don't want to sound crazy when I say this, but I guess I'm going to. To me, that would seem like that's an extremely valuable asset, the privilege of being able to allow your members to smoke.
Yes, sir.
I would think that that's an asset to your business. I don't want to see you, you know, I don't want to see you lose it, but if you're gonna, if this is gonna come in and be, so my suggestion to you is, I mean, I don't know, what time of day did this happen, sir? 10 p.m. 10 o'clock at night? 10 o'clock at night, you had workmen keeping it coming and going? No, they walked off and left the door unlocked. Now I'm going to ask myself the question, the bartender that was on duty, would if he walked off and left at night, had left those doors unlocked, not realizing that they were, you know, maybe presumed that they were? So I think you need to sit the people down in the place and say, look, you know, we got a private club. We got a private club. We've got an asset that the average guy in the city of Lowell with a bar license doesn't have. Or if he does have the, you know, they're standing outside in the rain smoking, or they're standing out on a patio freezing their toes off, okay, to have a cigarette. We got a very valuable asset. They can come in our building and sit down and carry an account, okay? So, you know, 10 o'clock at night's a late time, all right? And obviously there are people watching you because, you know, and I'm sure this gentleman has other things to do other than being chasing down there. You know, not that he doesn't look like he wouldn't enjoy a cold beer, but, you know, he probably has other things to do. Right.
I'll only add, I mean, you understand that as a private club, the majority of your revenue comes from your members paying dues, not from running a bar, right? You're not a bar, but there are bars that are out there, and I guess somebody made the anonymous complaint, and I don't know if it's another bar, I don't know if it was a patron, but somebody made the complaint that you're advertising as open to the public, which means that you're running a competing business when you actually have a private club license, not a liquor license to run a bar that's open to the general public. And, I mean, we haven't had any complaints regarding that recently, but, you know, we don't want to see you being brought back in here because somebody says that you're violating the terms of a club license and running a bar, okay? I mean, so we understand that.
Yes, I do.
Okay, the revenue comes from your dues and from your members, not from your bar, so you really don't need to open up to the public like that.
May I just say that some of my bartenders were a little lax on it, and that won't happen again, believe me.
You want to bet on that?
Beg your pardon?
I said, do you want to bet on that?
No, I don't think
No,
we're going to
sir.
take any, we're not going to
They
lay
gave out
odds or take
gambling.
gambling, yeah.
I'll give you 30 days suspended. if you really believe that, okay?
I'm not going this way.
All right, I know, because people make mistakes. But you know what? It's your livelihood. That's the problem. That's what folks don't understand. Where is everybody? Where is your bartenders? You've had to hire an attorney. You've had to come here and give up your afternoon to be here to defend this. And it's totally unnecessary. Okay? It's totally unnecessary. You have to make sure the people that you're paying, I'm sure, I don't know, did the bartenders in a bar room that smoke, do they get hazardous duty pay or, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, but I'm sure that, whoever you have working there gets paid well. Well, getting paid well, you get certain responsibilities, okay? What's your pleasure?
I would leave it if you're going to remain a private venue, and remain a private venue. If you're going to be a public venue, come in, apply for a different type of license, but you'll have to comply with the public venue laws. I'd actually make a motion that we place this on file, period of 6 months.
Place it on file for a period of six months?
Yeah.
6 months. Yeah, I'm going to second that. Don't come back in. We're going to be pulling a smoky old letter out of your file.
Thank you.
Okay? And thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jessica Banks. Did McKay buy you a watch? You tell Tom I said, we're still waiting
first
for him
time
to get in the
being
ring.
late. I will. Sorry about that.
What is
Let's see.
Jessica here for?
You made it here before we left for the day anyway. You came in for
For,
one-day license for Cool Newcomers Night,
Yes.
oh
the
yeah,
Enterprise
thing at
Bank?
Enterprise Bank.
the one that I think we already gave the,
The sound
license- we
for,
gave the
yeah.
sound permit
You're
for
gonna
it.
have sound and no,
Yes,
No
gonna
liquor.
have sound with it.
they're
And I
gonna
do
be
have,
looking at you.
I do have a letter from the bank as well, allowing us to sell
Okay.
that alcohol.
This is like a get-together, right? Like,
Yep, it's to welcome all the newcomers to Lowell, and they they visit all the different booths that are set up in the
okay.
parking
okay?
lot.
All right. Obviously,
She's had.
We've
she's
done
had
it for the
many
last
a
5
little
years.
you guys have been here a few times, I
A
think,
few
right?
times,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. All right, then I'll make the motion to go ahead and grant the license.
I'll second it. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tell McKay I'm still waiting for him to get in that ring.
To get a what?
I said I'm still waiting for him to get in that ring.
I'm still waiting for the WWE.
What else have we got? Okay. No show? No? Although, that's at the Hellenic Cultural Center. And if they had it, they usually require them to hire a policeman, but the problem is, I don't think this fellow's ever been before us. Before, has he? He hasn't, so no, take no action then.
It's also for next Saturday.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
all right.
Mr. Chairman, just as far as public hearings are concerned, there is one remaining item on the agenda for public hearings, and this pertains to the transfer of the all-alcoholic beverage packaged goods store license from Belvedere Wine Corporation, Inc., William M. Palermo, President, premises at 36 Concord Street. There is a first floor, there's one room and 3 rooms for storage, and this is a transfer to a corporation known as M&B and Sons Liquors, Inc.,
Okay.
Manuel V. Correa, President. It is requested that Manuel V. Correa be approved as manager of record for M&B and Sons Liquors, and the legal notice was published in the Lowell Sun newspaper on September 10th.
Okay, why don't you come up and introduce yourself for the record?
It's enough if you can come on up and grab some seats if you'd like.
I don't know if they can pick it up on camera.
Oh, okay.
You can? Okay, come on and grab some
Grab some
seats.
seats.
Okay, make sure your mic is on, the green light's on, please, and introduce yourself for the record.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Whitaker. My name is Mike Malty, and I represent the Braves.
Okay?
All right. Do me a favor, make sure that you tap the mics, make sure that green light is on, just so it picks up.
There you go, Barbara. Now we can hear you. Yeah. I had my teeth fixed. My hearing's not working. Okay. We're going to have this is a public hearing. Did we query these people? Yes, okay. Okay.
You want to go into executive session? All right.
Okay. All right, I'm going to make a motion that we go into executive session, and it's
Second.
16 minutes of, and we'll be back at 10 minutes of.
I would need to take a roll call.
Okay, cool.
Commissioner Weicker
Present.
and Commissioner Bayless.
Also voting to go to
Go.
executive session.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, come on. Get-
Now, we also need to announce why it is you're going into executive session.
Because of the quarry.
Okay, for background
Yeah.
information? Okay. Commission will now
Make a motion to go back to the regular order of business.
Second the motion?
All in favor, say yes.
Commissioner Weicker, Commissioner Bayless?
Yes. Okay. All right. Tell me a little bit about your experience in the liquor store business.
Well, I worked there like, I got my store for 1999. I got like almost 8 years experience in that. So.
Okay.
My father would get bars in Portugal too. I got a little bit too from Portugal. So.
Okay, but this is in Portugal.
I know. It's not Portugal. It's America.
Okay.
I know it's well, I get caught a couple of times. Summers this happened and when start it's and Lawrence is tough sometimes. You know, they send a lot of people, a lot of young kids in there, and you know.
Yeah, we had noticed that, but when was the last time you got caught in a sting?
For 4 years ago, I think. Almost
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
What was the penalty? Roughly. Just give me an idea. What did they do?
Well, he closed me a couple of days.
They closed you down a couple of days.
That's it.
Okay. Now, if you're gonna still have the store in Lawrence, right?
Yes.
And you're gonna buy the one. How are you gonna be in? Tell me how you're going to be in two places at once, because I got to learn that.
I got my wife, my son, my daughter. The family's got to run that to at least 19 hours a day or something like that. You know, I go back at 4.
I work with my husband. My son works for us too. My daughter, when we need her, she works on the
Okay, so this is a family operation.
Yes.
Okay. You understand, because what we just talked to the Gaelic Club about and everything.
Yes,
you can have the best employees in the world.
That's true.
But you know what? When something goes wrong, you're going to be the one that pays the penalty. You're going to be the one that pays the fiddler, not the employee.
That's true.
And unfortunately, it's very hard sometimes, to make people understand that. I know, and being in business today, I don't care what kind of business you're in today. Good employees are a tough thing to find, okay? Do you require any of your people to take a tips course? Has your son taken a course? Has anybody taken a...
Well, me and my wife, we take one, was years ago, and probably what they got a guys too was work for me in Lawrence. He take a course too, so...
How old's your son?
That's 28.
28. How old's your daughter?
Is 26.
They married?
No, she's not married, yeah.
Okay, is your son married?
Yes.
You got grandkids?
No, yeah.
Not yet.
From my daughter.
Okay, why don't you take them for a tips course? No, not being a wise guy.
Yeah.
They have a machine now available that you can put the driver's license in. It tells you right away. I think somebody, I think they were like $1,500 or something like that.
The machines?
The machine.
Yeah, I think
it's like $1,500. Tells you right away. I'm not telling you have to buy it, but you know what? You get slammed. It's cheap insurance. Cheap insurance. You might want to give some thought to it. You might want to, if you're going to do this and own package stores for a living, that's your career. That's your career. That's what you've chosen to do for a living. And if you're going to do it for a living, you got to do it to the best of your ability and as professionally as you possibly can. I try and tell people, Belvedere, that's a tough location, okay? You're going to get into Lowell, whether you want to believe it or not. When the license is transferred and all of a sudden the new owner comes on board, the kids are going to test you. They're going to test you as if you put a billboard up on the side of your building and say, come on down and see if you can fool me. And I mean it, really.
Yeah,
because what happens in those cases is the minors, the 18 years, the 19, the kids walking around with false IDs, they immediately know the store's been sold. They're going to be in the door to see if they can test you.
Could I address that, Mr. Commissioner?
Sure.
Just so the commission is aware, Mr. Correa lived on Concord Street for many years, up until recently. So I think he has a level of familiarity with the kids and the people in the neighborhood going in. It's not as if he's coming from out of town.
No.
So I just wanted to alleviate that concern.
No, but owning a liquor store, they're going to test you.
Certainly.
Because I have tried to tell people that are in that business, you let one minor get in there with a false ID, just one, and it's like going down to the Concord River and throwing a pedal in, and it ripples out, and you can't stop it. Because that child will, a youngster, I should say, that youngster is going to tell the next one, is going to tell the next one, is going to tell the next one. They're going to know the date, the time, the place, who was working at that time, how they presented the ID, what they did when they went in the store. It's amazing. So, you know, if this gets approved, you need to take steps. I mean, we want you to come to Lowell, believe it or not, with all the, what I probably sound negative, but I don't mean to be. We want you to come to Lowell. We want people to invest in our community. We want people to be here. But we also want to be as honest and forthright as we possibly can be. Yeah. Commissioner Weicker.
I mean, that's my only concern is the got to be careful about the underage drinking, the sales. Deputy DeMore, first to tell you that City of Lowell runs regular stings, and if you're not checking the IDs, you'll end up in front of us, and I just don't want you in front of us. I mean, don't take that the wrong way. I'm sure you're a very nice guy, but, I hope I never see you in this room again except when you're buying your next place. That's...
Mr. Palermo informs me that the machine that the chairman mentioned is at the store already, the ID verification machine.
Oh, it is?
And it will be part of the inventory and the sale of the business.
Great, thank you.
Excellent.
See that? You already got the machine. So now all you need to do is use it. And believe it or not, we've had people that come in here and get caught, and you say, what happened? And they have signs in the store. If you're not in a wheelchair and 90 years old, you got to show your ID. And you say, you had these signs up. Yeah, but we didn't ask for the ID. What's that all about? You've got the machine right there. Beautiful, okay?
That's what happened to me.
I think you're in the business. You haven't had any problems in the last several years out there. And Lawrence, I think you understand, the concerns about the selling to underage.
The other thing is, as what Commissioner Weicker said, we have a new sheriff in town. We've got a new police chief. Okay?
Yep.
One thing he's not going to tolerate. Trust me in what I'm saying to you. He is not going to tolerate kids being sold, minors being sold liquor, problems with package stores, problems with bars. He's not going to tolerate it. He's come down hard. He's come down really hard. And so, yeah, I've already checked it. Okay. And it's good, because it puts everybody on a level playing field. We all know where we're at. Okay? Yep. With that being said, you got anything else you'd like to bring up?
With that being said, no, I think otherwise your packet is extremely complete, very forthcoming. I appreciate everything you've given us as far as information. I'm going to make the motion that we grant the license. Or go ahead and grant the transfer.
Motion made to transfer. I'll second it. All in favor say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Remember the last thing I'm going to tell you going out the door. The police are your friend. I've heard a lot of horror stories about Lawrence. No, the police in Lowell are your friend. You get in that liquor store and you think there's a problem. You even think. You know what I just said? You even think there's a problem. You pick up the telephone, you call the police department, and they will send somebody over to help you. Trust me in what I'm saying. And you know what? If you come in here and you say to us, Mr. Commissioners, we called the police and they wouldn't come. Believe me, we'll take that into consideration, because I know they will. And they would rather be called to say, hey, there's a guy sitting out front here. We think he's a problem. They can do something about it. 2 weeks later, after some kids wrapped himself around a telephone pole because they bought the booze in your store, gee, I thought he was doing that. Well, that's too late. Okay? Thank you. He's going to be sending it to, but you will send it in, right? The secretary's going to send it to Boston for you. He does a great job. He pay the postage out of his own pocket. He has no money. Anything else? Okay.
There are two
You
additional...
take care, Mr. Cooney. Good to see you. I didn't say, you're looking well.
Nice to see you. Did a nice job.
Thanks.
Ryan did a wonderful job.
He does.
Everything was terrific.
He's a regular one-man band all by himself here. Talk to the manager, get him a raise.
I promise not to call you 5 times tomorrow, Ryan.
Take care.
Bye-bye. See you fellas later.
What's up?
I was just going to suggest that,
What were you
I
gonna
was going to
say?
say that there are 2 additional applications for transfer that were filed earlier this week. I have copies of the applications. One pertains to the Kamara Restaurant and at 308, 310 Westford Street. And the second is to Rusty G's Place, Gothia Corp. At 731 Lakeview Avenue.
Bring him in.
You may look at the applications and may make comment on some of the information or lack thereof. I told both attorneys representing the applicants there could be a legal notice published in Monday's paper for hearing on October 4th.
Okay. That's it? Okay. I was told that the gentleman filming this on LTC was 10 minutes late. So I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to congratulate Brian Leahy, the city solicitor that normally attends the meeting. He's in Florida on his 2nd anniversary. I also wanted to take this opportunity to congratulate Mrs. Bayless, a.k.a. Ingrid. She made her 38th wedding anniversary, which is today. And she did it the hard way because she did it with me. And so, happy anniversary, hon. Coming home, Benjamin. Brian. Coming home, Benjamin.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, seconded. All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.